Time now being 6 o'clock, we'd like to call this meeting to order, this being the May meeting of the Dawson County Planning Commission. We'd like to begin with an invocation from Shelton Townley, if you would, please, Shelton.
Lord, we thank you. Just ask you to be with us, Lord, that we make the right decisions and we let this county grow. In your name, amen.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. This time we will have our roll call. Gentlemen, we will be hand voting tonight. So those of you that are present, raise your hand. John Maloney, Shelton Townley, and myself are here. That does constitute a quorum for tonight's meeting. The minutes that have been presented by staff, motion to adopt them as presented. Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second to approve. All in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. The agenda as presented by staff, assuming also you've had the opportunity to look over it. Is there any amendments to be made? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Motion to approve. Second, all in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. The agenda as presented by staff is what we will follow tonight. Again, with statement of disclosure. As far as our method we'll first hear from the applicant. We'll then hear from those speaking in favor of the application, followed by those speaking in opposition. Each individual wishing to address the board will be allotted 3 minutes in accordance to the zoning regulation. All speakers are required to sign in, state their name and address for the record. Speakers must address the planning commission and not other members of the public. Any individual in favor of opposition to an application who's made campaign contributions in excess of $250 to any local elected official is required to complete a disclosure campaign contribution form, which is up here at the desk. Beginning with new business application for variance VA 26-36. Jeff Runner has filed an application seeking relief from requirements of the Land Development Code, Article 5, Chapter 133, 115B, which will now allow additional lots to be created from the parent tract within a 5-year period, as well as Chapter 133, which will now allow 4 additional lots to the same private drive. Subject property is on an RSR, residential sub-rural, and located off of Black Bear Trace. Is someone here to speak for Jeff Runner? If you would, please come forward. You'll find this paper on the podium there. As you would write your name and address on that piece of paper on the podium. If you would, please state your name.
My name's Jeff Runner.
And if you would, please give us a reason for the application of a variance.
We have 38 acres there backed off of, or coming off of Blackacre Trace, and we've been looking to put it on the market and sell it, but we're afraid because of its zoning, we're going to get some big developer to come in. We prefer that it stay more rural, but we're having difficulty. It's 38 acres, it's harder to sell, so we'd like to split up in 5 parcels. It's a private drive maintenance agreement that all the people off that road, members of will sign easement. We're going to keep whatever lots we end up with, they'll still be a member of that setup right now based on acreage. I propose that we change it, and I'll get with the group to do that, change it, make it based on the number of houses, because acres don't grow the people in the houses do. So we're not looking to hurt anyone or make do any more damage to the road or not pay our fair share of maintenance on it. We're just looking to split the land up into parcels that area can sustain. Bigger parcels and smaller parcels like that, or it's just the infrastructure is not there to support it.
So, and how many parcels are you looking
at? 5.
Total of 5 parcels.
Yeah, the one we have now and 4 additional.
Okay.
So there'd be approximately 7 acres each, depending on how they lay out.
And you would be looking at using the existing road?
Yes.
And not improving it at all, correct?
It's an option to improve it. We'd prefer not to. We'd like to just make whatever the houses are built there, they come in and become part of the maintenance agreement and do whatever it needs to beef it up at that time.
Okay. And how long have you owned this piece of property?
4.5 years.
Any questions?
I know that stipulation from the works was that the road would need to be brought up to county standards. Are you aware of
No, I wasn't aware it was a stipulation. I was that it was. They
It's
had
not a
worked out-
stipulation, it's a comment made from.
Yeah,
the
it's a comment.
Public Works.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the comments that Public Works stated that they would certainly like to see, anytime a piece of land is split into that many parcels would be to address the road that is there. Any other questions? Thank you. Is anyone here speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? If you would, please come forward. Write your name and address on a piece of paper there on the podium. And after you've written your name and address, then we'll start you a 3-minute timer. And certainly give you plenty of time to speak. For the record, please state your name.
Jake Reichel. So I live on the end of this driveway, and while I don't want to prevent anybody from doing what they lawfully can with their property. I live at the end of the driveway. It's currently an 8 to 10 foot wide, in places, driveway. It's gravel. I paint it myself with my tractor. I think I'm the only one that does that. Can't handle that kind of traffic. So currently, the code says 5 lots per common driveway. So we'd essentially be bringing it to double that. And I think that's a problem. One, I think it also sets a precedence that the other large tracks at the end of this driveway could do the same. I mean, by that time, you're looking at 30 to 40 lots. It's goat trail, essentially. I did emergency services also take a look at this.
They made no comment. There was no comment made from them. So
We've got some pretty steep hills back there too. I think there's more than just road concerns. Obviously, maintenance, it would be almost impossible to keep up with 4 additional families back there. Eventually, it would have to be maintained probably every couple of days. Number of people on it, but outside of that, you can't get around folks on the driveway. Stop, back up. There's hills that would probably make a fire truck have a hard time to get up. So I think in its current state, there's a whole lot of issues with it. I think it would be a lot more trouble than moving forward at this time.
Strackley, how long have you lived on this piece of property?
4.5 years.
And how many other parcels are sharing this driveway currently before any?
There's currently 7.
7 now. Thank you. Is anyone else speaking in opposition? If you are, please come forward. Write your name and address on a piece of paper there on the podium. For the record, please state your name.
It's James Collinson, 411 Black Bear Trace. So if you can look in the picture, my property is the 51 acres that is the north side of Black Bear Trace. So I guess technically own half of a lot of that road. While I don't want to hinder anybody from doing development, I would just request that they follow whatever the county statutes are for the type of development that they want to do. The research that I've done shows that it should technically go to a residential street without curb. For this number of parcels, we go to 11, and we're far from that quality of a road. It's my understanding that the road department also made a recommendation that this is not approved. I could be wrong on that, but that was my understanding. Um, Anyway, but basically that's, more or less what I have to say. I don't mind somebody developing their property. I just feel like it needs to be done under the right circumstances, and I think we're far from
And in your opinion, how wide is the current driveway or road?
I've measured the asphalt portion is probably, I've measured some gravel spots at 12. There may be some that fluctuate, 10 to maybe a wide spot. Like Jake said, there are difficulties, if you're coming down through and having to play out trucks, so we have to get off into the brush a bit to try to get somebody by. So there are some challenges from that perspective as well.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else speak in opposition? Seeing no one else speaking in opposition at this time, we'll close it to the board for discussion. Gentlemen, any discussion?
Can I ask the property developer one more question?
Mr. Jeff Runner, please back up the podium. Mr. Maloney has a question of you.
The question I have is that one of the stipulations that the county did put on the property, as far as the comments we have, is that to bring it up to county standards as far as remain private, but to be brought up to a county standard. Would you have a problem doing that on your frontage?
I wouldn't do it on that road. I'd put a road right up through the middle of mine. I'm going to spend the money to do that. I'll do it to where it's going to be the same money either way. So I'll just split it off and do it in the middle of mine. And I'll put some on each side.
Thank you. Okay, this time we'll close the board for discussion.
It's existing road that isn't to county standards. And this to us is this number of parcels, and a question, I guess, to the county, this number of parcels, does it bring it up to the requirement to the road be brought up to county standards? And who would be the responsible party?
Well, Mr. Runner has stated himself that in the event that the expense was to come in, he would prefer to put 2-acre parcels on 38 acres of ground, which would mean no longer a minor subdivision, it would be a major subdivision.
Yeah.
So we'd have multiple lots. What's presented in front of us, a request for a variance to allow him to put another 5 lots on this spot, on this, that a maximum 5 lots would be on there. There's always what we have before us is him something that is against.
It has to be brought up, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
To do it more than 5 lots
More than 5 lots, it would be.
without being brought up again.
Correct. To get in front of
Does meet current county standards. Blackberry Trace must be improved to county standards in base surface width.
Yes.
The fourth paragraph says as a minor subdivision, does not trigger road improvement requirements. Road should be brought. It doesn't say shall.
But there's already 7 parcels using that existing road. Another 5 lots. So 5 lots. Or he would prefer to cut a road, 2-acre subdivision. Any further discussion? Is there a motion?
I have to motion to deny.
Motion to deny. Is there a second?
Second.
Move to second to deny. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion Carried 3-0. Mr. Runner, your variance is denied. You do have an opportunity to appeal the denial before the Board of Commissioners for next month. Under application for rezoning, ZA 26-13, with C Design has submitted an application to the proper authorities requesting a land use amendment and rezoning of 8 surveyed acres for to allow for a proposed commercial rezoning is consistent with the Georgia future land use character map. Here to speak from Matthew Zeek. If you would please come forward. Write your name and address on the piece of paper on the podium. For the record, please state your name.
Matthew Zieg.
And if you would, give us a presentation as to why you're looking for a rezone for this particular piece of property.
Sure. I am working with client Brian Orr, who's looking to purchase this piece of property and develop into 3 commercial buildings. We're proposing around 55,000 square feet on all 3 buildings. He's looking to develop it right now just speculatively, so he doesn't have a specific user in mind, but we would follow the zoning regulations on uses. There are 2 variances being requested for reduction in zoning buffers. We sent in letters of support from the neighbors that those variances do attach to. And that's about it.
If you could articulate where the zoning buffers are that you're looking for a variance.
Are on the north, in the packet, it's the north neighbor,
Yes.
and then the neighbor that this property kind of surrounds.
And what
Yes.
buffer are you looking for?
On the north side, a 15-foot zoning buffer, and on the middle, 10 zoning buffer. And on the middle piece, we'll put additional vegetation around it as that owner requested.
But as you've stated, you do not have an end user at this time, correct?
Right.
Do you have any idea what type of business you're looking to put in?
An office, light business, owner-occupied business. I mean, it's a very flexible zoning for a small business user, um, a little subcontractor or something out there.
Any further questions to the applicant?
Why, you don't even know what you're planning on putting in there, but already asking for buffer reductions. Buffers are set up for reasons. I don't understand. What,
It's just to make the yield work on the property.
I'm sorry.
The yield work on the property.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is there anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, at this time we'll close the board for discussion.
Oh, God. Can I, just confirm something
Please.
100%?
Please.
I think I heard what I heard, and I think I see what I see. But if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind asking one more time just to confirm, make sure I'm 100% clear. And I ask a question about this proposal because this proposal is rezoning to CHO, as I understand it, allows for commercial or industrial. And in the county code, there is a standard that a traffic impact study is required if a proposal contains more than 50,000 square feet of gross area. I thought I heard the applicant say approximately 55 or so thousand square feet. And I think I'm looking at in the concept plan as a little over 50,000 square feet. If you don't mind, I appreciate your time. Can you kind of confirm?
If 55,000 was uh, the number, we were going back and forth with staff about that. This, this site plan that's in here, I didn't know what version it was because the title block's not. And so the version that was submitted met the requirement for being under. So I don't know if that was this version or the version that was submitted after.
A version, under 50,000 square feet.
Okay,
Up here now. I'm just making sure. Is this the correct, most correct concept plan that you'd like to use for this rezoning?
the correct one is under that 50,000 then.
Okay. So I'm just confirming, I appreciate your time in a public meeting that, our staff, we've gotten information from you, and I know it's gone back and forth a little bit, and this is close to this part. I'm fine with proceeding, as long as everybody's on the same page of understanding where our standard is. If you do more than 50,000 square feet of floor area, you got to do before the rezoning, before the planning commission meeting. Y'all confirmed it's going to be total 49,999, be less than 50,000 square feet.
Yes. If that's the number, then I have a site plan I've sent in and gotten approved for under that amount.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Is there anyone here speaking in favor of the application? Anyone speaking in opposition? Seeing none, just close the board for discussion.
I wish we knew what was going in there. It's like you're just developing without asking for buffer reduction, trying to stay under what would create a traffic study. And it's just develop the land and try to stay under all the requirements, but yet get the maximum amount. I get it as far as the developer goes, but that is disturbing to me because I don't know what we are developing.
You're correct.
My discussion. Motion to deny.
Moving a second to deny. Or actually recommend denial.
No.
Recommend denial. All in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. Mr. Zieg, it's been recommended to deny. Goes before the Board of Commissioners. The Board of Commissioners will have final say so as of next month. It would be nice at that time if you would present an application that you have specified. Okay. ZA 26-15. Submitted a request to the proper authorities on behalf of Manav Properties LLC for use for amendment to rezone approximately 1.199 surveyed acres from RSR MM CRB rural business to allow for an automobile. Proposed rezoning is consistent with suburban living future land use area. Someone here to speak for Minamar Catamova. Would please come forward, write your name, address, and please speak on the podium. For the record, please state your name.
Mina Kazimova.
I didn't do too awful bad there. Okay. And if you would, please give us a reason for your request.
Yes, we purchased the property last year, September. The property was all in bad shape. It was all trash around. And my husband, really, he does renovation construction. We cleaned the property, because we fenced it, we followed all the zoning rules and stuff. So we were planning to build indoor repair shop, 5,000 square feet, behind the mobile home. So the mobile home will be the office, and the repair will be inside and only inside the building. There will be no cars outside, and hopefully serve to the community. Thank you.
Public Works has made comments that they would like to see improved access and driveway county two-way commercial standard. Are you aware of that?
I'm sorry.
The driveway that goes into this piece of property, apparently it's not up to commercial standards at this time.
We can make it the commercial center.
The Court of Public Works, they also need a final grading plan to indicate that there's no additional runoff onto the adjacent property.
Yes.
Also, staff has noted there's 25, should be a 25-foot undisturbed buffer required.
Yes.
So you are, okay. Are there any additional questions to the applicant? Thank you. Is anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, at this time we'll close the discussion. Gentlemen, any discussion? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second to approve, all in favor? Motion is we have recommended approval. This will go before the Board of Commissioners next month. You can present that to them at that time. Next item, it says for adjournment. However, is there any staff that need to be mentioned? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn? This time we are adjourned. Thank you very much.